World Cup, so many games, 48 teams. That is just crazy. You see all those teams that were eliminated, and some of them really broke my heart, like Portugal and Brazil, man, Cape Verde. Those three teams, I want to talk about those three. And I know that those eliminations hit hard because Cape Verde played extremely well. Brazil is a hypothetical could have been, and Portugal is a, I don't know what to say about Portugal. I don't know what to say about Portugal, honestly. So I will be doing videos on those. They're also on Argentina, because I know Argentina is, of course, has like always many things to say about Lionel Messi as well. But I want to talk today about Brazil and how Brazil is such a team that is hard to explain. I don't know in your case, guys, but I am a Brazilian. I gotta say that as a Brazilian, I gotta say that our generation right now is a good generation. Honestly, we have many good players. We had Endrick, we had Vinicius Jr., we had Cunha, and others as well. Neymar in his last World Cup. I really hope he continues to play well and he comes for another World Cup, because honestly, I just love him more than everything, like more than all the players in the world. He is my favorite. I am Brazilian, and it's not just, oh, I like Neymar. I love him. I wanted him to win this World Cup, but it didn't happen. I'm so sad for that, because Neymar deserved more. Neymar deserve. It's just a could have been. It's just a could have been. What if Neymar did this? What if Neymar did that? And I gotta be honest, guys, that Brazil versus Norway, that for Brazilians, that was a shame. For Norwegian, that was a victory. That was a huge achievement. Never been on such a game in the World Cup before, such a phase of the World Cup, and never have won. So it's just incredible for them, and I'm really happy for Haaland, because he's such a humble person, and I love the way he does things. I really do love. He's a good player. Like after this World Cup, I'm starting to love him more and more, because he's just a cool dude, and he's a serious player, and he does things serious. He's a good striker. I know he's not the best dribbler in the world and etc., but he's an actual good guy and a humble guy. You see him for the Norwegian national team, just crazy. And I know that Norway kind of deserved the win as well, because they played extremely well. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a shame for Brazilians, because losing to such a team as Norway, like they never won anything before. They don't have history. They might have like the best generation of their history. That's fine, but like we always lose for the best generation, and that's what Brazilians are not like. For example, in 2018, that was probably the best Belgium generation in history, and we lost to them. In 2022, Croatia generation, such a good generation. Of course, it's basically the same players as in 2018, but we lost to them. Again, a good generation, one of the best generations of the country. You see the pattern? We're always losing to the best generations of a mid or not very traditional good team. In 2006, we lost to France. In 2000, I forgot the country. What was it? 2010, we lost to Netherlands. 2014, we lost to Germany. Of course, Germany 7-1. I don't even want to talk about that. But that was not good at all. Like zero good. And then now losing again to Norway, then losing to Belgium, losing to Croatia. It's complicated. You see how Brazil is right now. You guys don't imagine how Brazil is right now. Like the people who watch Brazil from the outside, they kind of know about Brazil, that it's not the same as it was, etc. But it's worse, because it's not just, hey, okay, we lost this time, but we can't get it next time. No, it's not that. It's much deeper than that, and people don't realize. People from other countries, they think it's all okay for Brazil. That's fine, yeah. But bro, it's Brazil, man. We have 5 freaking stars. We are the most successful country in soccer, in football, and still doesn't help us. You know, Uruguay has like 3 or 4. They have 4, and they have not won a single World Cup for like, I don't know, for like 50 years, 40 years, I don't know. It's just complicated, and we are the first ever team to reach 5 stars, but I fear that will be, that other countries, they will surpass. I really fear that. I think that's not gonna happen too soon, because for example, if France win the next 3 World Cup, they can actually surpass it. But like if they win the next 2 World Cup, then they will have 5 stars, which is already crazy. Like France, I think they have only 2 World Cups, so that's fine. You see, I'm not really worrying that much about them. I'm worrying also and Argentina as well. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna win that soon after Messi's gone. So Argentina is also in a situation that is kind of complicated. They're a good team, but like without Messi, it's gonna take a while. So there are a bunch of teams that may be good right now, but they will have to keep improving and to keep renewing their staff and their players. But Brazil is in a situation, we are 5-star. We have 5-star, the heaviest shirt on probably on the world, in the world, man. I would say like even heavier than Real Madrid. I would say it's even heavier than Real Madrid, because Real Madrid, of course, it's a club, but like for national teams, it's just a different story. World Cup is way bigger than Champions League. Like people don't realize Champions League or World Cup, man. You guys don't realize World Cup is bigger than all those tournaments. Any tournaments in soccer, any. It's much more difficult to score in the World Cup in that sense than to score in the Champions League. Of course, Champions League has more games as well, but World Cup is way more important. Then you see Brazil in such a situation, man. Bro, I don't know. Brazil just makes me wanna cry. Seeing the Brazil nowadays makes me wanna cry. I wanna cry, dude. Brazil, what the freak is happening with Brazil? We haven't won a single World Cup for the last 24 years, and it's gonna be 28 years, 2030. You realize 28 years. That's the most in our history. Like from 1970 to 1970 to 1994, that was 24 years. That's when we won our fourth World Cup. But that was like, okay, I see, like that was still something bearable. 24 years, probably at the time that was a huge thing. But now, guys, 28 years, that is unconceivable. We as the greatest, not winning for that long, and the problem is not winning. Like when we reach the semi-final, this is the thing. Whenever we reach the semi-final, we lose 7-1 to Germany. I think that 7-1 kind of hurt us so bad, and we couldn't recover from that. Bad, man. It's bad. For example, Argentina, people may criticize how much they won, but they went to the final 2014. They went to the freaking final in 2014. 2018 they lost before, of course, but against which team? Against France. They didn't lose against like a Croatia, against like a Belgium. They lost to France. France is a good team, and France already has World Cup, and France is a very, very competitive team. So, and that France was the one who won the World Cup. So they lost against the team that won the World Cup, and the game was like 4-3. That was a good game in 2018. I remember when Mbappe just ran so fast that he got that penalty. That was crazy. And then in 2022, Argentina won against France, so they took their revenge. And then now in 2026, they're very far in the World Cup. So you see the pattern here. Like it's just crazy, man. Like the teams are playing so good with everything they got, and Brazil is suffering the way it is. That's just unbearable for me. It's something that shouldn't be happening, like ever. But I know like we cannot be like consistent all the time, but our generation, we had so much potential. You see, like you have Marquinhos, the center back with 2 Champions League already, like one after another. We have Gabriel Magalhães from Arsenal, who just went to the final right now, like very good player. And then we have Vinicius Junior, who won 2 Champions League, being decisive in those 2 with Real Madrid. He's playing in Real Madrid. You have Rafinha, who is playing in Barcelona. He plays in freaking Barcelona. And then when he was probably one of the Ballon d'Ors, almost Ballon d'Or from like a year ago or so. And now you see him, bro, he's not playing good. He was one of the worst players of Brazil. One of the worst players. You can say whatever you want, but you should watch the Brazil games. All those games, like I did. I can assure you, Rafinha did not play good. So he did not play well. So you see what I mean? It's just like a pity. Brazil is a pity nowadays, and they don't have the same will strength as they had before. Willpower. What I mean by willpower is like Argentina, bro. Argentina, they were losing to Egypt 2-3, and they were like, man, we are not gonna let ourselves lose against such a team. Egypt, like a mid-tier, like third like or fourth level team. Oh man, we're gonna show that we are the champions of the world, and we are gonna freaking smash them, like freaking eliminate them out of that World Cup like they were nothing. And they see Lionel Messi scoring like 1 goal, assisting, And then man, like the game just turning around and then Enzo Fernandez scoring that goal. You see, like they have much more will to show that they wanna win another World Cup. Brazil is showing, okay, we lost the World Cup, that's okay. Bro, no, it's not okay, man. It's not okay losing another World Cup. It's not okay, dude. It's not okay. That's not okay. You see the problem? Like Brazil, oh, okay, we lost another. Okay, of course, they are not. They are sad and etc. But it's not just sadness. Sadness is not enough. You gotta show it on the field. Like the problem is not that necessarily they lost to Norway, because they did play a good game in the first half at least. The problem is, bro. Okay, with a better microphone now. Microphone was not working. I recorded a lot without my microphone. But yeah, the problem is bro, against Norway, they didn't show that will. They didn't show that. They cannot accept to lose another World Cup like that. But the problem is next generation will not be as good. I know Brazil had like many players that were missing. For example, a lot of people say João Pedro should have been there, which is fine. Like I do get what you mean, and a lot of people also say that, like, hey, had many players who were not there, like Rodrigo and Esteval, who could have been in the World Cup because he healed from that injury he had. He could have been this World Cup, but okay, they didn't call him. That's fine. And also Neymar, who was injured, Neymar couldn't do much because he was injured. And I feel sorry for him because he's my favorite player, man. You know how much I wanted to see him shine? You know how much I wanted to see him thrive in this World Cup? How much I wanted to see him conquer the world? Man, he could have been offered so much more than he actually did. So much more than he actually did. I feel sad for Brazil, and I feel angry towards Brazil because they did not show it on the field. Endrick, I know how hard it is. I know hard, honestly, because it's not easy. You are in the World Cup, you are young talent, and people want you to do things. There's a lot of pressure in playing the World Cup. I know there is. I know, and I get it. Like, okay, you cannot deliver everything in that moment because it is difficult. Like, you will not get every shot in. But man, like in the front of goalkeeper. Now it served as a lesson for Endrick. Hey, if I were Endrick, you know what I would do? I would be in the freaking practice, and I would every practice me against the goalkeeper. That can never happen again. That cannot happen again. Like a penalty, I know a penalty is difficult and etc. But like against a goalkeeper, man, become a freaking specialist. Dude. Like Ronaldo Phenomenal was. Bro, Ronaldo Phenomenal. Oh man, what a player, dude. One of the greatest strikers of all time. Him against the goalkeeper, he was probably the best in history against the goalkeeper. The best in history. I'm telling you, he was probably the best player in history against the goalkeeper. Neymar, for me, he's the best penalty taker of all time in history. For me, he's the best penalty taker of all time. There is no one who can take penalties better than him. No one, man. 2022, he was as the best penalty taker of all time, the GOATed penalty taker. He did not shoot the penalty. He did not shoot it. What am I gonna say? The freaking best penalty taker in history did not take the penalty against Croatia because he was the fifth option. What am I gonna tell you? That's just unbearable, man. And then you see in 2022, in 2026, he takes the penalty, but it's in the freaking very end of the game. What can he do after? That was like the very last shot he did, the very last ball he touched, and that very last ball was a goal. But the thing is, you guys don't know, right? You guys don't know. He could have imagined Neymar scoring two goals. Imagine Neymar scoring 2 goals and putting Brazil in extra time. Man, the world would scream. The world would just rise and scream, man. Bro, Neymar scoring 2 goals in the freaking World Cup against Norway while Brazil is almost gone. You imagine the weight of that? Yes, that would have been possible because there was that freaking ball of Casemiro. he shot the ball instead of passing it to Neymar. He shot the ball instead of passing it to Neymar. Well, that's just unbearable. If he passed it to Neymar or Vinicius Jr., both were running in the same direction, Neymar could have scored that freaking goal. Would have scored that freaking goal. It would be 2-2 for Brazil, and Brazil would win the game. I'm assuring you Brazil will win the game. Maybe not, because we have again Haaland, who could score again and do a hat-trick. I don't doubt him. He could have done that, because it's freaking Haaland, dude. He can score like in every way possible. He could have scored 2 goals, and it's just a what if. That's why some people in Brazil are talking about the hypothetical Neymar, and that's the truth. We are looking at the hypothetical Neymar. What if? Because we were sure he would be winning the Ballon d'Or. We were sure about that. And then you see him in Brazil taking his last penalty, taking his last chance, and it's just incredible to see that. It's just amazing. It's just amazing to see what Neymar did for the world, and I know he will still keep playing, but I don't know if he will ever play good competition in Brazil again. I imagine him playing the next Copa America from 2028. I think that would still be possible, honestly. Like, if he really puts the effort, I think that might still be possible. I don't know what will be of his career right now, but I gotta be honest, even though he scored a penalty goal and etc., I think putting him in that exact situation was not good. In that exact time was not good. 2 reasons. First reason, because, bro, Ancelotti, what did you do there? He put Neymar like 1 minute before, less than 1 minute, like a couple seconds, I think, before the hydration break. Why did you do that? That's just dumb, because like they will now, in the hydration break, they will be able to know what to do with Neymar. They will able like to talk and to handle Neymar easier. That will be easier for them. Much easier. Why? Because, bro, they will have plenty of time to talk to the coach, to see what they will do. 3 minutes. They will have 3 minutes to talk about Brazil, and they changed their strategy kind of. After Neymar went in, they were trying to get hold of the ball the maximum time possible. Like, instead of doing long balls, instead of doing this and that, they were just like keeping ball, passing here and there, and then like waiting patiently. And then you see Endrick also went in. Endrick is not the best guy to mark. That's why he was not playing. We in Brazil, were like doing memes about Endrick. Hey, Endrick stole Ancelotti's chewing gum. That's why he's not playing. Endrick did this and that, that's why he's not playing. And then like, hey, Ancelotti, put Endrick in. And then Ancelotti looks at Endrick, hey, I will want you to get in, but first throw my chewing gum away. And then, bro, come on, man. Whoa. Throw my chewing gum away. Do this. Bro, are you serious, dude? You must be kidding me, man. You must be kidding, dude. You see the problem? It's just like, it's just unbearable, man. It's just unbearable. Everything that Brazil is going through, man. It's just so hard, bro. It's just so hard. And I know Brazil can do much better than they are doing right now. I know they can. That is such a pain in the ass, dude. Such a pain in the ass. Then when Endrick enters, you know what happens? You know what happens when Endrick enters? Everything is just screwed. Everyone's screwed. What should we do with Endrick, man? What should we do with Endrick? He doesn't have that massive guilt, because we had other chances. Imagine if it was the only chance of the game. Then it would be even worse. But Casemiro too, man. He did some bad decisions. Watch the game again. Like, watch the highlights. You will see what I mean. Bro, Casemiro, man. If you just passed the ball to Neymar, dude. Like, some bad decisions. And then you have Erling Haaland, man. 2 chances, like 2 goals, man. The header and then the shot he took. You see, the problem that we Brazilians are getting into the most is the fact that Haaland, he didn't do much the whole game, that's fine. But the problem is, in the second half, we were so lazy. We watched the game again. Like, they were passing the ball around for like 6 minutes straight. Brazil didn't have possession for 6 minutes. Brazil sometimes touched the ball, but the ball went outside, and then they had the ball again. Bro, come on, man. 6 minutes. You let the guys just touch the ball and Were walking they were walking. They were not even trying, bro. They were walking and letting the guys pass the ball. That is a shame for Brazilians because in Brazil, we are the dominant team. We are the team that will pass the ball, the team that will do the most we can to get our players like into the best condition. We will be the team with the ball, holding the ball the most. We'll be the team that will be thriving, the team. Okay, we may lose one game or another. That's fine, dude. That's fine, but not the way we did. Sorry, bro. Not the way we did. The way we did, that was shameful. That was shameful. The guys were not even trying. The guys were letting Norway having the ball. You know, Norway had the ball with Brazil the most, I think in their whole life almost. Brazil had they had like, I don't know if it was 30% ball possession. That was the lowest possession ever registered in Brazilian soccer, ever registered. I mean, since 1966, that was when it first started to register the possession percentage. Brazil had the least possession in history of the country. You don't get what I mean. You don't get what I mean. In history, dude. In history. Bro, that's not conceivable. That's not bearable. That's not bearable. I cannot bear that. Sorry, man. That's just unbearable. They were lazy, man. And how will they go out of the World Cup and people not criticize them? Because like they could have easily won. Easily. When I say easily, it's like really in the first half, the penalty. If Bruno Guimarães scored a penalty, dude, okay, you could say, hey, Vini Jr. should have done it. Yeah, Vini Jr. I get it. He really should have. But bro, come on, dude. We deserved much more. We deserve much more. And I gotta be realistic about it. Much more than that. I know our generation is not the greatest one, but like we're still Brazil. We're still one of the best teams. Of course, maybe Portugal was. I think we were like Portugal, man. Honestly, like if we played against Spain, I don't know if it would have been better or worse than Portugal did, but I'm sure that we could have been further. It's like, I know Germany, they did a very good job. Germany, they did not do well because they played against Paraguay and against other teams that they lost, against Ecuador. They are also in a complicated situation. I know, like, it's hard for everyone because teams are more advanced, but you see the France team, bro, like, it's fine, Brazil can lose. Like Germany, they had a very good sequence in 90, 74, and then in the next World Cups after that. That's fine, bro. Brazil can lose. That's fine, dude. Like, that's not the end of the world. But still, dude, like, we cannot let the stuff that happen again. But the problem is, the more time that passes, the less confident the Brazilian fans are. The less confident the Brazilians are. So we are in the worst phase, the worst moment in our history. The worst. You can be sure of that. It's the worst moment. So stuff is not going well for us. And then not having hope anymore. I don't know for 2030. I know we'll have more time because our coach only had 1 year, let's say, to work and to do his best. But still, man, so complicated, dude. It's so complicated. We had so much time, and nothing happened. The problem is we changed like coaches 4 times. We had the first coach, which was in 2022, and then 2023, and then 2024, and then Ancelotti in 2025. So it was complicated, like 4 coaches, I think, 4 coaches in 4 years. How can you play well like that? Like, how can you play well like that? That's in Europe. Normally, when you have a coach, you have him at least for a year. Even Real Madrid, which is like the biggest club in the world, they have their coaches for like at least 1 year normally. They're not gonna sack the coach in the middle of the season. They don't do that. Why? Because you need the coach to have time, bro. You need the coach to have time to work. How are we gonna let the coach do something? Of course, if the coach is like extremely bad and not helping at all, then I get it. But in most cases, chances are the coaches, they are doing a good job, or they are doing a decent job at least. They may not be winning or not be like in the best season ever, but they're doing a decent job. You have to let the coach work. That's why like some Brazilians, they are very mad at Ancelotti because I would say he was the main guy in this elimination against Norway. He was the main, let's say, villain. Why? Because a bunch of things happened and he did such bad decisions, so bad decisions. Like Brazil did not deserve to win the World Cup. Like, they didn't play well enough. But not always the team that deserves will win, right? So we still have hope. And for me, I'm sad not because I have to wait 4 more years. I'm not only sad because, hey, it's Brazil, we should have won this. No. I'm also sad because of Neymar. Neymar, dude, that may have been his last World Cup ever. We don't know what will happen in the future. We do not know. So it's very hard to say now what will happen. It's very hard. It's very hard to say what will happen. And I'm telling you, it's not easy to coach Brazil. Ancelotti, you may have coached Real Madrid, we have coached other big clubs, but bro, dude, it's Brazil, man. It's freaking Brazil. So I would be very careful because it's Brazil. Either you win and everyone is happy at you, or you lose and everyone will not like you. Because Brazil, you have such great pressure. The problem is the players that we have nowadays, they feel that pressure. It's crazy because they feel that pressure, and that pressure is big. It's such a great amount of pressure. You see like Endrick in the front of goal, I know he could have scored a goal, but the pressure, man. And that's the thing. We cannot let the players have that pressure. That pressure cannot be there. I mean, at least for the players. For us, that's fine, but for the players, dude, they cannot have that pressure. That pressure should not be there. And that's such a pity for Brazil, such a shame for Brazil. It's like for Germany, bro. I imagine the German fans. I imagine how they feel about their loss against Paraguay. Bro, it's Paraguay. Imagine if Brazil lost to Paraguay. But the thing is, Brazil is even bigger. So Brazil lost to Norway is not as bad as Germany's loss. I know, it could have been even worse. But Neymar deserved more. Guys, Neymar deserved more. He was starting to play now and he would be playing more the next game. I wanted to see him more in action. I wanted to see more of it. I wanted to see... The problem is they put him to play and Brazil didn't even have the ball. We know Neymar, he cannot run as fast as he used anymore. He used to. He cannot dribble as well as he used. He's not as agile as he was. But one thing is clear, he is a genius. He is a genius. He can find passes that no one can. He can find things that no one can. But come on, you have to make him work in the team. You cannot just put him there while the team is completely not organized. The team was not organized in the second half. They put freaking Ederson, who is gonna go to Manchester United. He was freaking lost in the game. He didn't know. Well, it seemed like he was playing. It seemed like he was like a second division player. I'm telling you, bro. I think a second division player would be better than him. Played such a bad game, such a pitiful game. What are you gonna say about that? Nothing, because there is nothing to say. There is freaking nothing to say. Bro, freaking nothing to say, bro. Nothing, man. Brazil team did not play well and people are like really doubting Ancelotti now. People are doubting him and I am doubting as well. I know he can do a good thing in 2030, but I don't know, I just don't trust him enough anymore. Because like, Brazil shouldn't be playing like that against a mid-team team. You know, like, I think Japan was probably better than that one. Maybe Japan was even better than that one team. I'm telling you guys, I think Japan was better than Norway. In some senses, like, they were more organized. They didn't have Haaland, but like, collectively, they were better. But Norway, they have Haaland, or Holland. Holland, I think it's Holland. It's just the way they play, and they have Odegaard as well. Bro, Odegaard, he played such a good game against Brazil. I wish we had a midfielder like him. Brazil, we don't have a midfielder like him. We have Bruno Guimarães, but he's not a guy that will control the game. He's not the controller of the game. He's a guy who will give good passes forward. He will defend well, but he will not have that feeling of the game and control it like no one can. He will not do that. Why? Because that's not the way he plays. And we don't have a Vitinha, we don't have a Pedri, we don't have a Rodri. We don't have those guys. So it's more difficult. And Casemiro, he cannot control the game. It's very difficult for him. It's very difficult for him. It's very difficult for him. Very difficult. So, it's very hard for him. Bro. Now, what will be of the next World Cup? What will happen in the next World Cup? 2030, man. I don't know. Brazil might win, Brazil might lose. I would say Brazil has a 20% chance of winning. Why did I say 20%? Not even 20%. I don't know. To get to the semifinals, now that we have a round of 32, round of 16, I really doubt Brazil can go that far, because a lot of people were saying, hey, Brazil doesn't even go through the round of 16. And I was like, you guys are exaggerating. Maybe Brazil can go further than that. But guys, those guys said the truth. Brazil didn't even go past the round of 16, dude. Not even quarterfinals like Argentina did. Not even quarterfinal. Man, I think that's a shame, dude. Honestly, I think that is not deserved. The same would have happened if Argentina would have lost to Cape Verde. Honestly, for me, Cape Verde, of course, they are not as good as Norway. But I would have liked if they won against Argentina. The Argentinian people not. But if Cape Verde won against Brazil, it would be sad. It would be really sad. But it would still be fine because it's still a team that I like and it's good for them. And Norway, I cannot hate them. They did their job well. That's the thing. They did their job well. They tried the best against Brazil and they won. Nice. You see? That's nice, dude. Keep going. Keep playing good games. You guys did a great job, but bro, honestly, Brazil can do much better. Much better. And it's just complicated, our situation. I don't want to turn into a Uruguay. I don't want to turn into those teams that have a very good past, but a horrible present. I want to be good in the past and good in the present. Why can't I see Brazil be world champions? I have never seen. I was born in 2005, never seen Brazil being world champion. Never. What can you say about that? It's just so complicated, you see. Brazil being world champions, that would be a lot of people's dreams. I've talked to people from India. I talked to someone from India. He said hey, we are a big fan of Brazil and Argentina. We Indians in the World Cup, we are for Brazil or Argentina. It's half and half, or I think even more Brazil than Argentina. Do you get that, man? Do you get the dimension of this? Bro, Indians, there are 1 billion people and they are for Brazil. Cape Verde for Brazil. A lot of people for Brazil. But but that simply doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. The thing is the present, and that's something that's my lesson for you guys. 2 lessons. Whatever you do with mental strength, do with determination. Brazil, they were not having that determination for the World Cup, and that's something we gotta learn, that you can be talented, you can have everything, but without determination, guys, it doesn't work. Have the determination needed. Determination is gonna put you in places you've never thought before. You gotta have that determination. Another thing is, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. What really matters now is the present. The present is what really matters. That's what matters nowadays. The freaking present. That's what matters. Forget about the past. You may have had a horrible past, you may have had an incredible past. That doesn't matter. What matters now is what you do today. Because what you did yesterday, you cannot change. I cannot change the fact that Brazil was eliminated. I cannot change no one can. Not even the ones who actually played the world. They cannot change. So what do you do about it? You keep going. You keep putting in the work. Doesn't matter if in the 6, 10 months you haven't gotten the results you wanted. The thing is about keeping the work, keep going. You can keep that going. You can make it better. You can. I know you can. So trust what you can do. You can do a lot. You can do a lot. Oh, I don't have it. Focus on what you can do. Focus on what you can do today. It doesn't matter what happened before, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Focus on today. Today is your day. Today is the day you can change someone's life. How? But today nothing is happening. By working, by being generous, by helping someone in need. You can do that. You can change someone's life. It's not me, it's you. You decide how to do it. It's you. Everything is on you, not on me. I'm just a normal person who likes, like you see, to play Minecraft, who likes soccer a lot. I'm just a normal dude, man. That means that who you were yesterday does not define who you are today. Brazil may have won a lot of stuff, but what now? You see? Your yesterday should not define your today. That's very important. And you should remember that for the rest of your life. Because the World Cup is showing us that today the teams are so balanced that it doesn't matter who you were yesterday. It only matters who you are today. Today is what matters. Today is what matters. Yesterday does not matter anymore. But you know, something that matters is your subscription. Your subscription matters to me. Something that matters as well is what you want to get and your love for Minecraft. And I know that it matters, and I know you want to get some good Minecraft stuff. So I have some things here in the description, also some gaming gear, and I'm sure you will like it. See you in the next one. Peace.